Hi, my name is Jason Pearson. Today, I have here Nancy Sapp from Kansas, and we're going to go over her story and her experience in the program and see how she's done in the program. So, Nancy, welcome here today. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. I really am doing great.
Excellent. So, Nancy, if you can give us a little bit of your backstory about yourself and what you've done before, how old you are, if you're married or not, kids, grandkids, and include also what you want to accomplish in life also with that.
Okay. Well, let's see. I will be 70 years old in July. So it's the big one for me. 50 wasn't a big one, but this one is.
Mm-hmm.
I've been divorced more years than I can count, but I have two beautiful children, Michael and Julie, and they each have 3 children. So I have 6 grandchildren. Don't get to see my son's family very often. He's in the military and then with COVID. So it's been 2 years since I've seen those grandkids. But I'm looking forward to it this summer. They're going to actually come and spend a week with me. So I'm excited about that.
Wow.
My other grandkids live in Oklahoma, and I'm headed home on Thursday to go see them. So I do get to see them a little more often. It's only 5 hours from where I live.
Mm-hmm.
Backstory, I have probably lost and gained 20 pounds in the last 40 plus years on different diets, different exercise programs. My biggest loss was Nutrisystem, and I lost 50 pounds.
Wow.
And then I got off of Nutrisystem mainly because of cost and gained back. And so I've done this roller coaster now since the last child was born, basically. I was not a heavy person in high school or anything, but after 3 pregnancies, because I lost my first child, the weight just never came off after each pregnancy, and then going through divorce. And so I lost some and then I gained some. And so it's just been a real roller coaster for me, trying to find what would help me not only lose weight, but feel good about the losing weight. And so then when I found this, it's like, okay, I'll give it 30 days. Well, I'm on day 65, I think, and still going. So I'm excited about it. I do feel good. Being a single parent, I cooked when the kids were going, and then they all left home, and it's like, fast food's easier, because I truly have lived a hectic life. I was in public education for 34 years before I retired.
Wow.
And I retired in 2016 as an assistant director of special education. But I taught music. That was my first degree. I taught learning disabled children. I spent the bulk of my teaching career with severe behavior disordered kids. And then I was a building principal and then a director. So busy life. So I retired 2016 for about a year. And then I started working part-time at the middle school, which is an age that I never really liked to begin with when I taught it the first time. But I was helping out with the orchestra for a friend because she had 40 kids in beginning orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever been around beginning violins, yeah, she needed help. But I finally retired from that position just the end of May. I've been church music for 30-some years. I'm transplant in Dodge, and so I did church music here for 20 years. I finally retired from that. But then I got called from the college. We have a community college, and they got called saying, will you please come be our band director? So I was the interim band director, and they talked me into staying another year. So my only job now is teaching band at the community college.
Wow, I mean, that's great.
But trying to even get on a diet and get a plan, because my life just was back and forth, back and forth. And I will tell you, I've struggled a little bit just because of the eating every 3 hours, because of my schedule. And then I have a private studio as well of piano and violin students.
Exactly. So what were some of your external struggles you had that you were dealing with prior to joining the program, and what were some of your internal struggles you had?
Okay. External, just because I was so busy, trying to stay on any kind of a weight loss program was difficult. It just, my life was just a bouncing ball, and so were any diets or anything else that I had. Internally, that's hard, because I look at myself as God's creation, whatever size I am, and I know that I need to be healthier. But as far as self-esteem, I really know I didn't like the way I looked, but I knew that it was a situation I couldn't do much, about it, and so that may have been the internal, but yeah, that was all before.
What was the wall that you hit, or the problem that you hit prior to before you started to join the Jason Pearson diet?
Probably the wall was just, is there anything else out there? I'm like a lot of people that have bounced from diet to diet, then the pills, then the food, is there really anything out there that is going to make a difference? Not just with my weight loss, but I know with energy, weight loss comes energy, but just feeling better, and seeing progress, and then knowing that, you're right, this is a lifestyle change, and that's one of the things that I missed in all of the other diets was a lifestyle change. And so, being at home by myself with my cats and dogs, I didn't cook much. I mean, very little. So yeah, it was, and eating out a lot.
Yeah.
But so that's probably the wall. Is there something else out there?
Oh, great. And so when you're on the program, what was the epiphany that you had within the first month or two while you're on the program, the aha moment when you might have figured out that this is the way, this is it? You got the right path?
The aha moment when I would eat arugula and radishes. Yeah, the first few weeks, it was like every day, 2 pounds, 4 pounds, whatever. And no, this is too good to be true. But I'm giving it 60 days. I set my goals, and so we'll see where that ended in the first 30 days. But yeah, as the weight came off, it was just like, oh, okay. And I really do like salads and arugula and radishes and fruits, because I was never much of a salad or fruit eater. So yeah, and I was a saltaholic. Even if it already had salt, I'd add more salt. And quite honestly, I have not missed salt. So maybe that's another epiphany. I can do salt. I can use the Mrs. Dash or whatever. But yeah, I couldn't do without my salt.
Wow. So at the same time, while you've been on the program, what kind of conflicts did you experience along the way so far in the program?
Getting all my water in. And I've done that. Just take it and just drink it all. And but now that I'm home and not running between schools and everything else, it's getting better. I won't say I'm there yet, but it is getting better, and that's probably my biggest. I thought having the brand every 3 hours was going to be my problem. But I even got to where, hey, that's not so bad.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, what's been your end results so far while you've been on the program? I mean, how much weight have you lost in what period of time? What health issues might have gone away? How do you feel? Your energy, everything.
Energy. I have so much more energy. I mean, even I've lost 29 pounds in the 64, 65 days that I've been on it. I do feel better as far as health issues. Don't know that I have gone away with any health issues. I'm anxious to get back to the doctor, and I'm in the process of having some other tests and stuff. But anxious to get back and have another blood work and see where we are. I have osteoarthritis, and I have a fused ankle, a new hip, and a knee replacement.
Mm-hmm.
And what I have felt with the energy is it doesn't hurt me to walk.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even with the new knee and a hip, there was still, some hip walking issues, but I haven't felt that, and I haven't used my handicap parking as much either. I park a little further away because it doesn't hurt me to walk.
Wow.
So that in itself, to me, is a good health thing. And I've never been one that ever got hungry. I never felt full when I ate either. And so I kind of wondered about this, how that would work. And I still don't get full, but I don't get hungry either. So I think that's just me. But sometimes I just say, enough. Even though I'm not full, enough.
Yeah.
And so I have less things on my plate before. So, which that used to be unknown. I never left anything on my plate. We always had to clean up our plates. And I think that's part of it too, growing up to, eat everything on your plate. There are starving kids in Africa. Don't waste food. I'm not so worried about that now.
Great. And let me ask you this. What's been your personal transformation that you've experienced because of the program in the 64 days so far?
My personal boy, that's a good thing. I have to go buy new clothes. I am really excited about what I've done. I never really got my pictures taken except from the head up, just because, and I just didn't. So finding a before and after picture of before and during was really difficult for me. But I'm president of our Depot Theater company, and we just put in our article in the paper that some funding that we got that bought a new dishwasher, and it had a picture of me with the two community foundations. And I looked at that picture, and this would have been probably January, and I started March 20, whatever, late March. And I looked at that picture and it's like, oh my goodness, I have lost a lot of weight. Even though 29 pounds doesn't seem a lot, I've lost a lot of weight. And so seeing the before and even where I am, it's like, oh, I hope my kids notice.
Yeah.
Because my daughter knows I'm doing something. My son doesn't know that I'm doing anything, and I will see him in July. So, I'm hoping to get down and just see what both of their reactions are going to be.
Sorry, you had a little reception issue. What was the last about 5 or 8 seconds you're hoping with them again?
Oh, I'm hoping that they will recognize.
Oh, yeah.
Before.
Oh, definitely.
So, yeah.
Well, great. So let me ask you this, Nancy. If somebody was watching this video right now and they're wondering, they're looking at this, they've tried all types of diets in the past, pills, shakes, you name it, and they're wondering, like, should they do this? Should they try this? Will this work for them? Can they do it? And also, should they get started now, or should they procrastinate and wait till after the holidays or next month or next year? What would you tell them?
Start yesterday. Don't wait. It is so different than any other program, and so need to really make that commitment. Set yours for 30 days. Give it 30 days, and see what happens. I do know that my friend who got me into this has gotten off the tracks, and part of it is because of her family and fixing two sets of meals. But I understand that it is a lot easier as a single person because I just have me to worry about. But the bottom line is your health is just as important. And so if you have an issue, whether you have a family or not, you need to do this for you, because if you develop even more health issues or have health issues, what are you going to be for your family? So I do think it is easier as a single, but I don't think it's impossible if you have a family. If you plan, and you very much say plan, I have the menus, there's really no excuse. No excuse.
Exactly. We heard from Nancy here. So if you're listening to this video right now and want to get started, there should be a link around this video here. Also, here on this page. If you just click it, you can get started online. You can submit your payment information online. You'll be taken directly to a secure online health submission form. Fill that out and you get started right away. Other than that, thank you very much, Nancy, here, and look forward to working with whoever's going to get started here right now. And we'll talk here shortly.
Okay.
Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.